So this is how Liberty dies with thunderous applause.
Exactly. It's exactly how Liberty dies.
God damn.
Hope's alive because we just. Also, I see Juice being fucking sneaky. Turn the shit to live, and his ass is still muted.
Yeah,
Welcome to the censorship podcast.
I'm sitting here looking the whole time for him to do it. I expect that shit. Even though he was muted, I'm like, he's still gonna try some shit.
Well, see, luckily I had my phone go off. I heard the ding, and I was like, he went live, didn't he? Yeah, he went live. He sat there and split his ass cheeks open and said, "You know what I'm gonna do?" I don't know, man. You gotta ask him.
I think he's even seen the messages
too.
That's where we just need to retitle the fucking podcast. The Deuces Loose podcast.
Pretty much.
That's when you know you old, when you start shitting the clockwork. You drop the same time every day. That's
no, it's just on Mondays.
It's like, it's 5 p.m. I gotta go. Where you going? Something's coming. I know it. That's so funny.
So we didn't jump the gun.
Did he even
what?
He didn't respond to any of the messages.
I haven't seen Robert yet.
Did he, Robert?
He's a young man in his prime. He got time to check his messages with some dudes. He's probably getting enough messages from some females. So
okay.
Don't start that stuff.
I
have Sony censor you.
Shit is so sad, yo. I'm bummed out, bro.
T, you were kind of holding back last week.
What?
Because it wasn't confirmed. The Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
Bad.
Oh true. Oh yeah.
So now that's official,
yeah.
You want to give some full thoughts on it?
So it was like a day later, right? Basically.
Yeah.
Or whenever
it was Tuesday.
A couple of days.
I just continue with goddamn. Like, what are you thinking? Who is this for? I don't understand. Who would go out and buy an all digital console that costs more than your non-digital console? Like, I just don't. It doesn't make sense. You're trying to get people to like come into the digital, the new digital realm that's going to be coming. You don't do that putting out a more expensive console when you already have two consoles.
Well,
you already got two consoles on the market as is.
Again, I just jumped on Amazon. These are actual prices, current. Forza 4 bundle, 1 terabyte Xbox One S. That's what I have. $248. Starter bundle, 1 terabyte Xbox One S. $249. It has, let's see, 3 games. I can't quite tell which ones. It's got 3 months of Game Pass, 3 months Xbox Live Gold with the disc drive. That's what they're selling. That's what the SAD's supposed to be. I don't even know if that
it's sad. It's sad.
Well, they actually have box art for the. Let's see what it says.
Just already.
So they're pushing Minecraft, trying to push Sea of Thieves, like anybody cares.
And Forza Horizon
3, which is not a bad game. It's just
why the third?
Do you hear about like the insides and whatnot of this sad ass console?
It's the same. It looks like the same size box.
Yeah,
it's the same. Here's the thing: like, if you're gonna do this and you're gonna take out the drive, right? You think you'd make the console smaller? All they did, they literally, if you open it up, I saw somebody open it up.
Yeah,
they literally just took the drive out, and all the hookups are still there for the drive. Like everything is still the same. All they did was take the Ultra Blu-ray drive out. What kind of lazy, sad shit is that? Talk about the sad.
I'm wondering if in their mind the Xbox One S is $299. Maybe in their in
their minds.
That still doesn't make sense to me.
But as far as I know, you can't find a Switch for $249 anywhere on Amazon. I thought the prices had to be locked on game consoles. I thought they weren't allowed to just drop one site to drop the price and the other not.
I mean, it'll happen, but it won't happen. It happens like unintentionally. So like it can happen, but I don't think I don't think like the MSRP is that.
Microsoft, Xbox One, Tom Clancy, the Division 2 brand new game, $249. Well, that's a sale price apparently. These are all listed as sale prices.
Okay, so you're competing with your sale price even. So why would you do that?
Microsoft or somebody has to control these sale prices. It's not just Best Buy and Amazon saying, we're going to lose $50 on this thing right now.
Yeah, like, but I mean, who wants to do that?
Okay, well here's my question. What if they had actually no, that wouldn't have made sense either. I was gonna say if they had dropped. No, yeah, never mind.
If it was 200 with exactly as it is, but 200, I could say, all right, they're trying to get rid of some of the chips or whatever they got. I doubt they're remanufacturing. Like you said, they're using the same insides. They just had to make a different cover for the case.
Yeah, all they did was change that slit. They got rid of the slot. Yeah, that's it.
So to me, that tells me they're, that's not really changing any of the production, and they're saving probably $50, I'm guessing, on the disk drive and the licensing for that, because you got to have Ultra HD and Blu-ray. You have to pay for that. But what is the benefit to the consumer for this 250? Like what? I don't see the. Why would you buy the
used games? You're losing. No more used games. Get that up. So I know a lot of people don't even think about that. So you're losing that. You're losing your 4K Blu-ray player.
Or just a Blu-ray player. It's actually a really good Blu-ray player. I use it as my main.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Player,
like,
period. You're
my thought process would have only made sense is if you're going to keep it that price, upgrade the storage. Because at least I would have felt like I was getting something.
Yeah, if it was like a 1 or 2 terabyte for that, the games thing is stupid because if you're going to have the digital, you're almost guaranteed you're going to get Game Pass. If you're going to get this system, and all these games are on Game Pass, the 3 they chose. So it's like, and even on that point, it doesn't make any sense. Why choose games that are on your Game Pass service?
It feels like somebody did have a better idea, but then like corporate stepped in and said, "No, we're gonna make some money off of this." I feel like somebody did have a better idea.
Yeah, I've actually seen that at where I work.
So you've seen it firsthand.
Somebody had a good idea for like basing pay increases off of your knowledge of your job and a bunch of these factors, and it turned into this. Well, how many lines of receiving can you do per hour, or how many lines of picking and packing can you do per hour? And all that did was make people try to do the easiest shit to get the most lines per hour they could, and avoid all the hard stuff that takes a lot of time and you don't get much credit for it.
Right.
That's all it did. So this 2-year thing, this great idea turned into the stupid idea that just fucking blew up in everybody's face. It was just a disaster. But it was a great idea from the start. So
that's what this feels like, because there's nothing wrong with an all digital console, but you got to give people incentive, and there's zero incentive to buy this thing. Like if you look at the market, even if the base Xbox One S is they, like you said, they think in their heads is $299. Even if that was the case, people see deals. This deal still exists. Your sales are still there. People can compare. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Nah, fam. The Xbox One sad when that gets a sale. That's gonna be $150.
That came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie. It's like just got real sassy all of a sudden.
I've literally that was the first. I think Clocked It made a tweet. That was the first person's response. The first response he got was, "Well, on Black Friday, that thing's gonna be $150 with the year of Game Pass. Watch, I guarantee it." I'm like, in Black Friday in November, like.
But here's the thing: you've already, even if that's the case, it's too late by then, because you've already told the market, we screwed up here. I'm supposed to wait for Black Friday. Nobody's gonna care about the Xbox One S.
What's the base Xbox One S gonna be on Black Friday?
Right. What's gonna happen with the other stuff? Like, even if that was the case, that's still stupid, because who knows what we're going to be looking to buy at that time of year? Like, who knows when the PS5 will come? The PS5 might come out in March or something. Might try to copy
or the next Xbox. But The thing is
why would you spend money on that at that point?
it's coming out in May, and you're pricing it basically the same. It's what the Xbox One S right now is with new games, not some old games, and it's like I don't mind the all digital because
No.
it's I'm always I still buy physical, but I'm one of those people. I hate how much plastic is manufactured in this world and how much garbage plastic has created. You know, that's never going to go away. You know, a lot of it's not biodegradable, so I have no problem with an all digital system. And it's a good idea. I don't. The implementation of just making the same box without the slit for the disk drive looks terrible. Like this thing should have been half the size,
Cheap.
But that would require additional remanufacturing. They'd have to design and manufacture a brand new system.
Right.
So I guess in that regard, I can understand, but it's just like Terrell said.
Then why do it?
Put in a 2 terabyte
Yeah.
and justify the 250.
Yeah, like if you're gonna make me pay, at least give me
Right.
something so I feel like I'm trading off the drive for like extra storage or
Take
some
out
shit.
those unnecessary games and make it 200 right now, and then 150 for sure with the sale. You know?
Yeah, because from what I heard, the games aren't even on the system by default. You're just giving codes for them.
That's how it works with the bundle.
Well, then at that point, can I get a codeless version?
Just give me
of
Game
it?
Pass. Give me whatever 6 months or something. Even that 6 months or something like that of Game Pass. Keep those garbage games. They're not garbage, but keep those games I don't want. You know, let me decide what I want to play on this all digital console, and chop that price. Yeah, $179.
And what kills me is now you got 3 SKUs for the same system. You have the S, the all digital, and the X. And
there's a big gap between the S and the X still. It's still $499.
Oh no. I recognize that, but what I'm saying is
haven't had that in a while.
Robot voice.
Yeah, robot voice.
Well, they did drop the X $50, so the X is $450 right now.
Yeah.
Terrell, you're breaking up.
We don't know.
So yeah, they do sales a lot, but when even if I don't even think a $50 difference is enough to make this thing. And again, it doesn't affect me personally. I'm just looking at this as if I'm judging a move these companies make. It just doesn't make any sense. I already have an Xbox One S, so I'm already not gonna buy this. You know, I'm not even a target audience for this thing, but it just doesn't make sense to do what they've done and just think 250 is gonna be an appealing price point.
It's like I don't have an Xbox, so technically I'm the target audience, but this is exactly the way to not go to make me buy an Xbox.
Right. It's still too expensive for you, right? Like, why would I?
It's too much money. And like it's an old digital thing. I already don't care for that, So I would think that the next Xbox thing they would release would like blow me away. Like, oh my god, like I mean. But instead of making like games and shit, they just keep making more boring systems. It's like I literally don't know how I can care even less than this, and they still manage to make me care less every time.
But if this thing without the sale was 150, 180, there might be a game or two that maybe you don't. Let's say you don't have a PC that can play some of these games. I mean, you just got that laptop. If you wanted to play Forza Horizon 4, I'm pretty sure you could run it decently. It's a really well optimized game. But if there was just somebody, let's say a Switch owner, all I have is a Switch. They have an old ass PC that they're not going to play anything above Minecraft on low settings. You put this thing out all digital for under 200, you're probably going to get some interest, and some people are going to buy it that probably weren't looking to get the Xbox. But at 250, I think you did nothing. You've accomplished nothing until the thing gets a price cut. So maybe you price it 250. So at E3 you can say now it's 199. I don't know.
Well, what's funny with all this? Like, remember when the Switch was about to launch, and everybody just, oh, the thing is gonna be like $200 and $150,
Yeah.
and we're like, dude, we at least already know everything that's gonna be in here. We kind of know what the controllers like, what they can do, all this tech that is in it. The fact that it's handheld, the battery. There's no way this thing is gonna be 200. And now they're releasing an Xbox with less and less and less stuff. Yet the price is like, now you're gonna be like, okay, this is something that technically feels should be 200 or 150 even at this point. I feel seriously, but it's like, but now you don't hear all those people say no. It's like come on. At one point, you gotta at least try to think logically.
And it's like 5.5 years. The thing's been out. Like this thing should have been $200 anyway. The PS4 should be 250, 200 at after 5+ years. I don't
Wasn't
understand.
wasn't the Wii, not the Wii U, the Wii Mini, wasn't that like $99 when
Yeah.
the one came out? Like, and
It came out. It came out like that last year, though, didn't it?
well, yeah, but still, that was several years after the Wii got released. It had less options, less features and shit, but it was $100. It's like you make something that has less, so obviously you make it cost less. But this feels like there's barely a price drop in this.
Oh no, there isn't.
It's saving them. It's saving them money. But it's like,
yeah, that's exactly it. Like it does. It didn't. This is like completely anti-consumer. This is not helping consumers pay less. This is, like you said, it's saving them money, and that's all there is to it.
I feel like they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel to get the last bit of change they can get from the consumer.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like maybe if they had gotten this price to 250 and it came out last year, maybe that would have been I don't even know what the Xbox One S was last year, but the PS4 is $299. There's not even a game bundle right now, so you just get the base system for $300 still. That's $100 since 5.5 years ago. It's only dropped $100. That's unprecedented for a home console. I mean, I don't have all the numbers here, but usually you're talking by year 4 or 5, like massive price cuts. This is unheard of, actually.
I'm trying to think. What did the PS3 was only dropped to, I think, 250 at most, didn't it?
Well, it came out at 600. I mean, it's a big drop.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it wasn't that. It's not like it's that far fetched from like the 4 or 5 that the Xbox One started from.
Well, the 500 that was just stupid with the Kinect. So it was
true.
a $400 system. So imagine this is different because the Switch is newer. It's not 5 years in, but if Nintendo had put out, let's say they go, all right, our Switch portable, our revision is a all digital Switch. They'd have to increase the memory. I mean, it's just no question, or give you an SD card with it. And they're like, all right, get the Switch. There's no cart size. It's just digital, 120 gig internal, and have a SD card slot. $299. People are like, what the fuck are you smoking?
I feel like that might be a slightly different case because I don't know how much of a difference a cartridge makes.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if you're taking away some people's ability,
how much would you expect it to be?
Just the appealing factor, and because of the difference is a lot of Switch games actually run off the cart, and they have most of the games that are physical. A high percentage of the game is on the cart, so it's not like Xbox where every game's downloaded anyway or installed. So 32 gigs would be a joke for an all digital.
Well, yeah, of course.
So the price might be $300 just because they'd have to put a 250 gig internal memory into, or give you a 250 gig SD card to plug in immediately. So that would be the difference, because you would have to get a significant increase in memory. So maybe, but still,
as long as they gave it to you,
yeah. But still, you're losing the ability to like find go to a used game store or something. Know somebody.
Well, yeah, of course.
Go on eBay and find fucking.
I find the
game
Xbox
for $5 and be able to play it.
I find the Xbox situation worse because you also lost a media player in the same swoop. It wasn't like, oh, I can't play my Xbox games. Oh, I also can't watch my fucking movies now. And for some reason that didn't equate to what, $50 of a difference?
Yeah, I'm guessing the disc drive is probably not the price. The Ultra HD is all software bound. I don't think maybe it uses a different laser system. I think it's still Blu-ray technically. I think it's just a different layer system, a way to put more layers on. I would be shocked if there's anything. The Ultra HD is anything other than some software, but maybe there's a different laser for it. But I would think it's the licensing of the Blu-ray, Ultra HD, and Dolby did. Well, still have to do Dolby Digital and stuff because the games support that. But I'm guessing the actual physical disc drive isn't a whole lot of money, but it's the licensing for those. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like it's a head scratcher. It doesn't make much sense to me. But a year from now, like it's not even going to matter because I almost guarantee their next gen system is going to be out.
Well, that's kind of what makes this worse. Like in a few months, they're gonna fucking announce the next Xbox.
Oh, you're breaking up again.
Really?
You're breaking up. You might want to drop out, come back in.
All right.
I think I jinxed it. I think when we were playing Smash, when was that, yesterday or something? I said, hey, we haven't had the robot voice from Terrell in like months or shit.
So anyway, I mean, it's just a weird. I hate to bring it up, 2 weeks in a row, but we didn't officially know if it was legit or not. So I don't know. T's got his mic muted. I was gonna talk a little bit about Smash Brothers update. If we want to get into that, I guess we'll maybe wait till Terrell. Oh, he's back.
Everybody left, huh?
So Terrell, check.
So,
Fuck this podcast.
Yo.
Yeah.
Terrell, you're
better,
dead,
man.
What happened?
You're still
It's the same shit.
Still robot voice.
No,
Get on your phone.
You're gonna get on my fucking phone. Son of a bitch. All right, I'll be back.
Oh wait, let's talk about Mortal Kombat 11 first because we've finally seen direct feed footage. Reviews came out today. I didn't see any review scores or anything, but I seen there was some reviews. So my first thoughts of direct feed docked version, I thought it looked pretty damn good. It's obviously a drop off from PS4, Xbox One, but if you like walk by somebody playing that on the handheld, I saw some handheld off screen. Like, there's no way they wouldn't be impressed. Like, I was pretty shocked at the end result. So,
like, I haven't seen actual comparisons yet.
That's where you noticed.
I was like those because I'm just curious, But it's like you said, when you see it like in handheld and even like full screen, I feel like, especially like the fact that they made sure it was at 60, the way it runs, just because of how smooth it runs already, you're like, yeah, this is like, some people like to claim like there's a huge difference. No, there's not that big of a difference. Like, you really see that they didn't just port some random PS4 game and made it super cheesy and shit. Like, it looks like they actually like put attention like with the Switch in mind when they made it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a video that has 60 frames per second. Somebody uploaded 30 frames, and I think the 60 what really helps sell it.
I just think it's weird because like it looks really good no matter what people say. So it's weird that they were so secretive about it.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. Why keep it hidden for so long when it actually looks, I mean, pretty damn good. I'm impressed. T, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Okay. How's this?
Oh, you're loud.
How loud am I?
A bit louder than the rest, I guess. At least for me.
It's a little lower quality,
Can
but
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, we hear you, T.
Yeah, Terrell, you're way loud.
Okay.
Especially when you actually start getting loud. Then
Technical difficulties.
God,
all right,
this person uploaded 1080p 60, but it looks it's the worst footage I've seen of Mortal Kombat 11 on Switch. The other one that looks better is only 30, so you don't get that smoothness. But anyway, what are your thoughts to you seeing the actual game, and why would they hide it when it actually looks pretty damn good? T.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I heard some It was breaking up. Say it again.
What are your thoughts on seeing Mortal Kombat 11 Switch footage, and why do you think they kept it hidden based on the quality of it? Actually turned out a pretty good port.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks good. I don't think I was worried about it not looking good because from the people who had played it said it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't, obviously as good as PS4 and Xbox One, but it still looked good. So it looked. They were talking about how it was one of the best looking ports. And it's not really a port, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still confused. I'm still baffled by. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they wanted the best looking version out there, and they didn't want to confuse the market. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, Switch fans, Nintendo fans are pretty aware of what's going on, and if
Right.
I don't think some Xbox One X owner stumble across Mortal Kombat 11 on Switch and say, "Oh, I ain't buying that game. Looks like trash."
Like trash. Like somebody slapped Vaseline on the screen. I can't see. Yeah, I don't know. I just do. I just can't figure it out. How it looks does not bother me at all. It bothers me the most is how I have to download
Distributed.
15 gig patches and all this kind of nonsense. That's what turns me off to the game on any platform. So yeah, I don't get it. I just can't figure it out.
Trello, let's do a mic check.
Yo.
All right, that's doable.
Essentially, I'm moving the mic away from my face.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like the mic in the bathroom and shit. He's sitting on the bed.
What's wrong with your face?
Everything.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
cannot
bomb-
find a single person that has 60 frames per second docked
I saw-
footage
I
other
saw
than
somebody.
one person.
I saw someone who was a Contra Network, I believe, is the channel.
Oh yeah,
That had it.
that. But all
I
it was
think-
the cutscenes. It was like 30 minutes of cutscenes. They didn't actually have any gameplay.
No, there was gameplay in that.
Well, the one he had an off-screen portable, then he had a handheld versus dock comparison, and then he had all the cutscenes. But either way, I just can't, for the life of me, figure out why
They hid it.
hidden from
They
the
hid it so
Nintendo
long.
fans.
I don't know. I think honestly, it might have been the reality is that they wanted the best version to be shown the most, and so they inherently undercut the other versions because we don't know. I think the PS4 version was the main one they were showing. I don't think they were showing the Xbox version either, but no one assumed that version would look any different.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was PS4 because I've watched a review. I think Game Explain was doing a review, and I saw like the triangle and square button. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they're not even reviewing the Switch version. Like, it's Game Explain. If you're gonna review a Mortal Kombat 11, you think it'd been the Switch version, but
Or did they just not give out review codes for the Switch version?
that's possible.
Which is weird because it's a pretty. I think it's a good port, regardless of how I feel about the way NetherRealm handled certain things about the game. Like as a port, as a quality ass port, the game looks pretty good. I'm not out here like some people acting like it looks better. It looks just as good as the Xbox version.
That's silly, but it's curious that the little opening cinematics are 30, and they don't even look any better to me than the when you're fighting. But
Well, I know they also lower the frame rate during those like slow motion fatal hits.
But I mean, it's better than I expected, honestly, and for a 60 frames per second game, I expected it to look way worse. But yeah, it sucks that it has that damn download with the physical version because I might have got talked into buying it if it wasn't for that shit.
I still wouldn't get it.
But
Like, how much is the download anyway?
it's like 15 point something gigs.
I will not partake.
Jesus Christ.
At that point, it might as well just be all digital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's only 6 gigs on the actual cartridge.
I'm glad. The one thing we can say though, they changed the stupid fucking banner for the Switch games that require downloads. It's now just like a small little box. It's not like that giant white banner.
Yeah, I was
It should have
wondering.
never been that to begin with. That's just hideous.
I agree. But people are stupid.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible decision. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. This is all cinematics.
No, there's. What do you mean? There's fights in that.
I didn't see any. I watched like 15 minutes of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's all CGI.
Wait, really? Oh.
Oh wait, yeah, I guess in between some of the cinematics.
Yeah, from what I heard, that was like one of the complaints I heard in Game Explain's review. It's very story focused, so it's like a bunch.
Like almost 7 minutes of the first opening cinematic before you get to a fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's I mean, it's the Switch, so it's not like it could have done any better and been 60 frames per second. I mean, it looks better than like Rocket League does to me, like in comparison to the other platforms.
Yeah, I don't see. It looks fine. I don't have any real issues with the way it looks.
Play this version if it wasn't for the BS surrounding the game.
Yeah, I was saying there's just a bunch of small things, and then I heard people aren't happy with like the loot box and the DLC.
Oh yeah, that shit's bullshit.
Oh, that DLC coming, man. I saw Joker. I saw Spawn.
Terminator.
It's like that.
Juice's favorite character,
and I so want that, but it's like, man.
What? I mean, it's one of those things. You know, Nintendo did it with Smash. They got extra characters coming. Paid an extra.
Yeah, but Nintendo started with 72 characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's about to say, I don't feel like that's not comparable.
Not comparable at all. So
it's a damn shame.
Man, I'm still buying that game, yo.
I know you are. Are you getting it on Switch or are you getting it on something else?
See, you're part of the problem, young
I'm gonna get it on Switch.
What? Actually, you might as well get it on Switch because you're already paying for the online. So
no, exactly. That's the main reason I'm gonna get it on Switch for sure. Well, it's not the main reason. It's just it's easier to turn on a Switch than it is to turn on a PS4.
I'll be real with you, Robert. I completely agree. I still default to my Switch too damn much.
Yeah.
Even when you don't want to, even when you're trying to like play something else, Switch.
Oh yeah, like people were telling me to go. Oh, you didn't finish Nier yet, and I heard Clocked it say he beat it like a few weeks ago. I was like, yeah, I need to play that. And then, but the
can't play that shit on the toilet, man. You know?
Yeah, like it's like like literally the dock is right here. All I got to do is grab it and then just start playing. Like it's too easy. It's
too damn convenient.
Yeah, I know that people tell me, the PS4 still goes quick, and yeah, it does, but it's just like I don't want to grab that PlayStation controller, yo.
I use my
gotta make sure it's charged and shit.
And then I gotta grab the cable because I always gotta plug it in and charge it because that shit's always gotta charge. And then it's like basically my PS4 is really not wireless. I always have that shit wired whenever I play it. And
PS4 is a way better Wi-Fi receiver than the Switch, though. Whatever's
he's talking about the controller.
I'm talking about the controller. Okay, I get you.
Charge it because it's very that shit dies pretty quick, and I just feel like. Maybe it is when you don't use it. It still dies. It drains. Yeah, it's like
it dies just sitting.
But mine doesn't die that quick. The newer one, I think, lasts longer because I went like 3 weeks of doing nothing, and it still had like 3 bars or whatever. When it's my HBO Now player right now. It's hooked up in my theater room.
HBO
Now. Of course it is.
And I started a little bit of Resident Evil 2, but I just played that game enough. I'm not ready to start it over. I'm just kind of curious. And it's just projectors are definitely not made for gaming. The motion and everything's not as fluid as you want. But anyway, I don't know if my controller it doesn't seem to die that often when when I don't play it.
Good for you.
So maybe they did improve the battery with the second generation version of the DualShock. But my Switch Pro controller, that's when we're playing Smash, that's a wired controller. I don't fuck around. I want every little bit of advantage I can get with the input lag.
Yeah.
So.
You gotta get the GameCube adapter and the GameCube controller.
Yeah, you guys.
Nobody wants to hear that bullshit.
But actually, I don't know if it was GameX. Somebody did a test, and it might have been Digital Foundry when Smash came out. The GameCube was actually the worst when it came to input lag.
No, it is.
They were guessing it's through because of
that bullshit.
They're guessing it's because through the USB. The USB ports aren't, they're not the fastest.
I heard like similar reports for Splatoon 2, actually. The input lag is worse for some reason.
I'm gonna stay in my bubble and believe what I
Actually,
like
the
to believe.
Joy-Cons connected is the best as far as input lag. That's the best way to play Switch.
Yeah, but who wants to
The
do
most
that
uncomfortable ass
bullshit?
way to play.
Who wants to have their fucking hands cramping up and wrists hurting?
I feel like
Look at
Trying
my
to-
fingers.
Trying to play Smash in portable mode, that's just not.
Oh god!
If you want to hear Juice freak out, you're gonna be hearing where the fuck is my other jump? Every other line.
Smash on 3DS was like my least played Smash of all time. Like,
Of course,
it was only because of the control.
Obviously.
I actually didn't mind the 3DS one that as much.
I still body with the Joy-Con, Joe. Yeah, I don't care where I'm on. I could be playing with one hand. I'll still body.
Be
You
playing
guys.
with split Joy-Cons and shit.
I do.
Also,
I know.
side note. Speaking of games that suck playing with Joy-Con, I tried doing that with Cuphead last week. God, that is the most aggravating experience.
I told you, man.
Really?
That was the first time I legit wanted to throw something at the wall. I was
So
like,
you playing handheld mode?
I tried to play handheld mode. I don't think
that's what I meant. Like you were trying to play handheld mode.
Yeah, I was trying to play handheld mode. I almost dropped my Switch. I was so aggravated.
What do you think it was? Was it no D-pad?
It's the button. It's the fucking. It's the for some reason
the angle your thumb's at. It's really hard to hit precise with the left stick. Because I said this about Hollow Knight
on that game.
and Celeste. I tried to play in portable mode once. I think it was during the football playoffs. And I'm like, I'll pick up Hollow Knight again. I couldn't do just like a up or a left without going down. I couldn't go sideways without either going down or up, or try to go up and go left or right, because it's just your thumb's not in the best position to press that in any kind of consistent direction. So any kind of precise up, down, left, right movement with the left stick, I said I'll never again.
Yeah, just to kind of quickly explain, Cuphead's controls are Y is to shoot, B is to jump / parry, and then X is to dash. So but if you hold down Y, you can continuously shoot. So I have to hold down Y, and then anytime I want to jump, rock my finger onto the B button. And I don't know if it's the distance or what, or just because of how compact that controller is, but I can never do it consistently. And I died 6 times because I couldn't get my jump right. And then on top of that, I got to let my hand off of both of the buttons to hit the damn dash button, the dash in midair. It just, that's pro controller game all day. Never again.
That's why I was shocked when Clactic got his. I was telling him all that, and he's like, I didn't notice a difference. I'm like, man, I can't believe it. I can't believe you.
You saying he didn't notice the difference between the pro controller and the
Joy-Cons?
He
said he didn't feel any improvement for.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
I play with the pro controller for a year, then go back and see how you do, because for Mario plus Rabbids, for Zelda, absolutely fine. Even 3D World, not 3D World, Odyssey, I didn't have any problem with moving, where I wanted to go. But any type of precise movement, I struggle with the Joy-Con. So Robert, somehow he does it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
see that. I don't see those problems.
I mean, realistically, handheld mode I can do fine, but if it's an action oriented game, it's not gonna work. Like RPGs for me, slow paced games, I'm good. But fucking I tried Bayonetta, I think the other day. No, absolutely not.
Oh,
can't.
No. I can see that. Not handheld mode. Maybe.
No, yeah.
Maybe with the Joy-Cons and the grip. But
it's too much. I think it's too much fast movement at once, and it just your hands start cramping after a certain point.
Yeah, I've tried playing Doom handheld mode. That's just
oh, absolutely not. That was a bitch.
It looks cool. Hey, everybody, look at my Doom on my Switch. This looks great, but that's it. You don't play that to play. I don't think if you're good at that in handheld mode, Doom, you a boss. Because I can't do it.
That's why I laughed when OJ used to always say, "I play that laying down. I play that portable in bed." And he's talking. He was all these action games. Oh, I can't wait to play Bayonetta 3 and lying down. I'm like, dude,
what?
You're not playing.
No. The only way he's gonna do it is if he has it in tabletop mode and you have a pro controller wirelessly connected. That's the only way.
But you ain't laying down then. Like there's no way.
It's just that anybody that only has that as an option, you're gonna get used to it and you're probably gonna notice it less. But going back to me, that's when I really noticed it. It's like going from when Blu-ray came out. I remember people were like, I don't see the difference. And I was like, yeah, it's not. It's just a little bit sharper. Well, a couple years of Blu-ray watching, I put in a DVD, and I was like, holy shit, this looks like VHS. Like it blew my mind, and I feel
eyes
like
are bleeding.
I think that's a really accurate or analogy or metaphor, whatever for
no analogy. You got it.
For me, going from the Pro Controller after 2 years to going back to the Joy-Cons. I mean, I'll still play in portal mode here and there, but
certain games I'll play portable mode, but not.
Yeah, like I think for me, RPGs I can play all day in portable mode.
Yeah.
Well, the game I have the most playtime with probably in my life, Rocket League. I hadn't even turned the Switch on and the Switch version on in months, and just for shits and giggles, I was sitting here one day. I had my Switch down here because I was putting Smash replays on my computer, and I was like, let me just play. And since the last time I played, I was on the Pro Controller. It's pretty much the same as the Xbox controller, but I was trying to do the advanced, like the boost jumping and the air rotations and stuff, and I literally just could not do them.
Look like a straight noob.
It was bad, and it's really hard to hit the A and B together anyway without hitting, without hitting the right stick. It's just not very. It's not designed
in my case, I'm doing that, and my damn Joy-Cons are sliding out the grip or sliding out of the damn Switch because they stopped locking. So what the fuck? So I definitely can't be playing intense games like that. I might drop my damn Switch.
I can't imagine like Mortal Kombat, like those types of games. I think that's where it's going to look best. Like it's the most impressive. It's going to be, hey, look at this game running in portal mode. I mean, that's the best looking handheld game ever made, probably.
Playing that shit in easy. That's the way you could be playing that game.
So, Robert, someday you should get a Pro Controller.
One of these days I want to get a Pro Controller. I do, but it's just as of now, even though to be fair, I feel like it's gonna get delayed to the point where like, oh shit, a new console's out.
I ain't hating though. If you can still do it and play, like that's great. Like I can't sit here and say that I can't play. Look, I went through Mario Odyssey, split Joy-Cons and loved every second of it. And I went through. I can't even play. What's the
Arms?
the game Wii U port game?
Which one?
The racing game. Well, the racing game that was
Mario Kart.
Oh, Fast Racing.
Right, fast. I cannot play fast with a Pro Controller. I
can't play with the Joy-Con.
See, it's opposite for you. So, I can understand people that I don't need a Pro Controller. I mean, you're probably right. You don't feel the need for it. So
yeah, well, the only game that for me that really I cannot play split Joy-Cons is fucking Splatoon, where it's like I have
that doesn't work right.
Yeah,
I have to put it in the grip to play it.
You still don't need a Pro Controller. You just throw it.
But
in
I feel like if I had a Pro Controller, it'd be even better for that game specifically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the grip don't work right because you think you want to use it as a pointer, like like Metroid Prime Trilogy on Wii and Wii U, but it doesn't work that way, and then it just doesn't feel right moving them separately. It just doesn't work right.
Actually, I didn't have that much of a problem playing Splatoon split Joy-Cons when I tried it.
Yeah,
it takes some adjusting, but I actually thought I got better quicker with playing split.
I'd be curious if there's any S ranks who play with split Joy-Con.
Arms,
could
like
be.
You said arms. I can't play controller. I tried it. I can't. I just can't. I tried over and over again. I can't do it.
Which I feel bad because I tried to do it with the split Joy-Cons like the game they wanted you to when I first got it. Man, those first few hours I was just like, fuck this.
I haven't tried it. I haven't tried Splatoon 2 split Joy-Con since the week it came out. So I don't know if they've adjusted anything, but it didn't work like I thought it because I turned just a little bit to the right and I think I'm going to turn, but as soon as I like put my hand back just a little bit, it like turned right back. It didn't feel like what I was used to.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a bad.
I feel like you got to really customize like the sensitivity and everything.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, 230 hours of that. Split Joy-Cons, I have no problem.
I can do that game like handheld and
I'm
everything
curious.
and not have any issues.
I can't remember the last time I played Zelda. The aiming, you just use the right Joy-Con to aim when you're shooting the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What happens
Yeah,
if you use?
use
What
the
happens
support.
if you tilt the left one? Does that?
No, it doesn't affect your.
No,
aim.
it doesn't affect it.
Okay. But
Yeah, it
anyway.
feels like it's supposed to. It feels like you're using that one Joy-Con to aim.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's because that's how the Wii remote nunchuck worked.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Smash update and some of the additions and
Subtractions.
some of the things that maybe were half baked. Custom level post sharing. I'm looking at you, but so Nintendo out of the blue they didn't even announce it ahead of time. It just here's our YouTube channel all of a sudden had a Smash update 15-minute video, which was weird. But we knew it was coming because they said April, and it was no surprise that most people thought Joker would come out like the same day, which I think didn't it come out the next day or was
it was the next day.
Yeah. So they showed Joker, showed a stage, and then talked about the stage builder and the new what the hell? The new video. I could not clear my throat.
You all right over there, Grandpa?
Hold on.
Got me some flim flam.
You need a lozenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the old video editing, which no one saw coming. It's actually pretty in-depth video editing tool. What else was there? Oh, the Mii costumes, which a little mad they brought those back, but whatever.
They're cheaper. They're cheaper now, so I'm not as mad about it.
Did they do any kind of balancing? I didn't see anything on that.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
They nerfed projectiles across the board.
Oh, really?
And,
did they nerf my tin can?
No,
actually, I think they did. Duck Hunt got hit pretty hard.
He did feel a little weaker there.
Like essentially,
used to.
Essentially, if you did like if you shot a projectile at anyone who was shielding, usually it would break down the shield quicker. Now it does less damage, so it makes it harder for you to like break somebody's shield or like corner them with projectiles because they don't hurt as much.
Right.
And then I think they did like some smaller changes to other characters, but yeah, there were some actual balance changes, just not a lot of them. And most of them were buffs. There was only like a few characters who got nerfed.
Yeah, so I didn't see a list of that. I don't know if I didn't notice any.
Nerf.
It wasn't.
Incineroar didn't seem to be any less of a badass.
No, they kind of he was pretty much untouched. I'm trying to think of. There was one character that was nerfed. Everyone else was pretty buff, but I think was it K. Rool maybe? I'm thinking of.
They nerfed K. Rool.
Not enough.
Maybe.
They don't.
I mean,
nerf,
all they did was
don't mean shit for me, yo.
all they do. You gotta understand the context of a nerf in Smash usually just means increasing the in lag on a move. So like the move does the same damage, you just have less time to recover from using that move.
Nerf King K. Rool because he's going from landing with from a recovery. And he's landing. You think he's vulnerable? No, he's doing a smash attack instantly. Like
it was hilarious when I feel like I think there was one match where I just took both of you like in 30 seconds or just at the end. It was pretty fucking hilarious.
Oh, is that when you hit us with the boxing glove and we both flew off stage?
Yeah, you both flew up and then Juice comes back and then like I just fucking out of nowhere just did like 3 moves in 2 seconds and just knocked him out.
Yeah, but I think don't watch Juice's stuff on Twitter. I feel like that's a misrepresentation of some matches. He's out here acting like he dominated every match. I'm not having that.
Dude,
I was watching your stream. I mean, when you put up a video that you edited together, put all your fails in, like you want to make yourself look good.
That was the last match of the night after 5+ hours of playing. So
I know it was some disrespectful shit.
I linked Terrell's live stream from Saturday night, 3+ hours of us playing Smash. Rewatch. I was watching it, and I'm like, the first 4 or 5 matches, I was like, I won every one of them, and I was like, I didn't win that many. But then that's because Terrell jumped in, and we had already been playing for 2 hours.
Yeah, but I say y'all had already had matches, and
so we were going back and forth, and then I got some good match in the beginning, and then it evens out towards. It's a 3.5 hours. So if you watch that whole thing, I'm sure I wasn't the top.
And then I jump in.
And Robert jumps in.
And then I won like 5 in a row, and then I started picking random.
There is the running meme of where the hell is T every other match?
T's character was still there. Your token was still in there, but gone.
It's like I almost wanted to see if I got comments going.
Father and husbandry. That's what you got to deal with.
I know it must be so hard having a loving wife and loving kids.
It can be a pain in the ass. It cost me some matches and shit.
Yeah.
We didn't hold it against you.
It's funny, like playing Smash with you guys is literally the most fun gaming. Other than probably back in the day playing GoldenEye with my buddy split screen. Like, it's just who you play with, because I've played Smash with some other people and had just miserable time. Like, not just because I wasn't winning and stuff. It's just, I think we all are. It's the gap between like skill level isn't that big, and I think we all kind of play with similar mentalities. We're not just doing all the douchey stuff to win at all costs type of thing.
To be fair, we also get triggered in somewhat similar ways. I think especially during the Wii U days, Robert was the fucking worst for a while. Like he would just
getting people.
I remember he used to piss you off royally. Like he keeps doing the same fucking combo. And he's sitting there with Rob, like, Rob's just a cool guy, man. I don't know what he's saying.
Now I'm using those combos. I got to win with Rob.
Yeah, but I was also like Wario. Remember, I was picking random, and I almost won with Wario. If I didn't self-destruct, it would have been.
I don't remember that.
He was trying to carry the spirit of T, and it just didn't take him all the way to the victory.
But seriously, it's like if you're playing with the right people, it's just there's nothing more fun than playing Smash Brothers, and I would say it's with Rocket League, it's the most fun I have in any online game playing with randoms. Like I don't need a group of friends shit talking stuff to have fun with that game, like I do in Smash, because I just get frustrated playing randoms in Smash because they're all a lot of them are just tryhards. But so it's weird because Smash to me is 100% reliant on friends playing with, and then something like Rocket League, I almost prefer just playing random sometimes and just not worrying, just playing the game and not bullshitting and getting distracted. So,
well, you saying that, I'm curious. What about Mario Kart for you? Like, which do you prefer?
I'm pretty. When you're talking about online play, I'm pretty equal either way. Because during the match, you're just getting hit with so much bullshit. It doesn't matter if it's. I guess if it was a group, if we got like 8 people all in the same Mario Kart and we're all talking, that'd probably be pretty fun. But I like Mario Kart just almost as much offline too. Like I like just going through the cups and doing the time trials, all that stuff. But as far as the online, it's pretty even. Friends and randoms, I have just as much. It's hard to say fun these days because that game's just been. I played it too much to this point where I'm just.
Yeah.
I probably
Here's a Mario Kart 8.
The same tracks and everything. It's kind of lost. I would have been more ready for Mario Kart 9 if Deluxe didn't come out and I didn't buy it. But at this point, I could go. I feel right now I could go 3, 4, 5 years without the next Mario Kart. That's where I'm at with that. But I think
that was their plan, I think that was their plan.
I think that's more to do with how much I like Rocket League, and going back to Mario Kart just doesn't do it for me like it used to. So, but don't get me wrong, Mario Kart 9 gets shown off and has some really cool stuff. I'm gonna be excited. But anyway, Smash update. Let's get into the stage builder first because it's a pretty cool tool. There's a few things that are missing that are just head scratchers. Works pretty good. I tried the drawing on screen. I'd say that's the biggest negative. Instead of like if you make a circle with your finger, it just does a bunch of steps. You know, like if you try to draw a diagonal line with your finger, it would draw steps. It doesn't draw, but if you tap in little increments, you can make a curve. It's weird.
That means you have the grid on. You gotta turn the grid off to make.
Oh, do you?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
gonna
that's
say,
what I like about it. When you put the grid, it really puts it on the grid so that you can be very precise. So if you, I think you hit the minus, and then it turns the grid off,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
can freely draw.
Oh, that makes big difference then. Because I'm like, why can't I just draw a fucking slope? Why does it have to go like in a step?
Coming on here with this misinformation.
Yeah.
Trying to misrepresent Nintendo.
So that's cool, but I like just kind of. I was just doing individual little dots to get the shape I wanted, and it seemed to work pretty good. Because it automatically connects between the 2 points, your last place you touch and the next place. And if you hold L, it does a perfectly straight line. So I mean, there's some cool stuff in there. I really would have liked a copy paste. So if you wanted to make repeating objects, that's something they could add, but that would make a lot of tedious work. That would eliminate a lot of tedious stuff. But overall, I'm impressed with the creating tools. I didn't use it on Brawl, so I don't know how that was, but I feel like this has to be more in depth.
Well, I created because I like Brawl's level creator, but Brawl, you couldn't draw anything. You had blocks, you could change the size of the blocks, and I liked how that made actual Smash levels. You couldn't do too much bullshit. And when on the Wii U they changed it to just drawing, basically most of your levels turned out have shit. It was way too much effort, and they basically removed everything that Brawl had. A lot of the items, a lot of the because Brawl had items that were specifically made to also be in the foreground, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And now in this one, I like it because basically it kind of combines both because of the layering system, which is my favorite part of this level builder. The fact that you have like 4 layers, you can put shit in the foreground, to make either as decoration or strategic, you can hide behind and stuff like that. And I feel like the combination of everything, like there's still some stuff missing maybe, but overall it is definitely the best stage builder they did so far, because now you can actually make like stuff I would like that would perfect it, because I thought they had it. You can't, for example, give colors to items. I kind of don't like that. And they have like really cool shit, like the Switch, for example. I really like the Switch, but that shit is like jank as fuck and it doesn't work. Like I wanted to make like a house and have like a secret door. You hit the Switch and the door would move away, except that you cannot build that, because once you attach that door to the building, the Switch takes the whole building into account. I'm like, all right, I'm like, oh cool, I made this cool door. I flick the Switch, whole house starts moving. I'm like, holy shit, where's my house going?
Huh. Yeah, I didn't mess with the Switch part of like the
that's
activate.
what you're still there's so much shit, and you're still discovering stuff. But it's like you said, all in all, it's definitely the best stage.
It's good. I want a few pre-built assets that you could drop in. Might have been cool too. Like I don't know, you could have made some more, like just like a bush or something from, or an object from a Mario level or something, or a Zelda level. Almost, take just a few pre-built shapes you could throw in there for decoration purposes.
Yeah,
or
have that would never be satisfying. People will want
or like
Mario
for
Maker
example,
stuff.
I know it's because like that's why I like this thing, because like once you learn that you can, like you said, like when you remove the grid system, you can draw what you want. Like you can make like bushes and stuff. You just gotta be creative. That's what I like it. You gotta make it yourself and everything. So
yeah, but it's gonna come out looking really dumb.
No, like it depends on like the effort you put in there. Like I'm building like this like ghost manor now and shit, and like I try to put like a table in the living room and some bushes outside and like a little fountain and shit, like a little waterfall. And once you see it, you're like, okay. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best at what I can do, but I mean, like once you see it, you're like, okay, like it does kind of work. And then you start getting more ideas when you look at other levels like people uploaded, like you start to learn to play with the layers, and that's the main thing about decorating and shit. Like you can create stuff yourself. You gotta think a bit outside of the box for that.
Yeah,
And I
think
say
it
that
would be cool if they had like, I think some actual items. I love the drawing aspect. I think it's fantastic. But I think I think some like actual, like what Juice was saying, I think that'd be pretty cool. So add a little bit more variety, I guess you could say.
and the biggest downside though is okay, you finish your level, you feel it's good, you post it or whatever. Then it go to the what does it say? Shared content or whatever. What's it called in the online tab?
I
And
think
in the
shared
game,
content, yeah.
and it says check your progress. Oh, okay. I'll go in there. I see nothing. I don't see any way to like look at my stuff. Anything I've created, I see no way to do it. So I'm like, well, let me check the phone app. So I boot up the phone app, I hit the little icon, and it shows the replays I uploaded. It's like, but there's no views. How do I get people to view it? I click on it, and the only option I have is to download it or like it, but the like part's grayed out because I created it. And I'm like, well, how the fuck do I get people to see this? So then I fucking or maybe I think the video replays have a share option right in that screen on your phone. But I'm like, where's my level? So I click on my level and it literally just shows I can choose to download the game or the level. I'm like, I created it. Why would I have to download it? And the only way we found to share it was to search by name on the actual, I think on the Switch.
Yeah.
You have to type in the name, and then if there's ones with the same name, you have to find yours based on the thumbnail, then click on it, then you can share it from there. And it takes like a screen cap of the ID and you can post it to Twitter. I can't just go look at my creations and fucking just find all my levels that I've created. There's not even a tab for it. You go by recommended popularity, by date, or you can search by keyword, the ID, or if you want to search just videos, and like there's no way just to look at my creations.
That's unintuitive as fuck.
It's so stupid. Like I had to ask Retro Death and Little Crab, like, how the hell did you guys post these? I had to search by name and then I found it, and I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, how could you miss that? And then you can click people. Let's say you found a level really cool, and you like it, and then you follow them. So you're following this creator, like you think Mario Maker, and you follow somebody, they're in your list. There's not even a tab for the people you're following. So you follow someone, and you can't even see the people you're following. So so you can't just say, Retro Death made a new level. Let me check the people I'm following. Nope, there's not even a tab for that. So it's
I
just
feel
like,
a lot of that stuff is still like it's like the stage builder itself is really decent. I hope that I'd rather pay like 55 cents for more shit than this than for me costumes, but that's just me. But I feel like a lot of this shit is still jank as fuck. Like remember like you downloaded that fucking stupid Kirby level and we were playing and you didn't even select it and it kept putting us in that level. Like I feel that's like a stage builder mistake because that doesn't happen with normal levels. Like it can't just give you like random levels and let you select it.
It was a broken level, and it was, for whatever reason, it just kept coming up. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I had
to piss us off.
I had to delete the level from my system so it would stop coming up. And then it did one of Retro Death's dumb, I think it was the teleporting.
Hey, that level's awesome and you know it.
So we're like, we gotta go.
Bullshit ass level.
I had to turn off custom stages. I mean, that's something they could, I mean, that sounds like a bug or something, that particular one. But the fact that you can't just go on the Switch, go on your phone, either or, go to your creations, click a level, and hit the share button and post it to Twitter makes absolutely no sense. I mean, it's typical of Nintendo with their online. Like, I just don't know how you didn't have that option. Like, and then you have a follow option, but you can't see the people you're following. So it couldn't be any more Nintendo right there. So, the video editing, on the other hand, there's really no no negatives. I mean, it's way more in depth than I thought it was going to be. You can splice, add different videos, insert them in. You could make it from a bunch of different fights if you wanted to. I was taking the same replay, I was converting it to video with different angles, and then I just spliced them in to mix it up a little bit, and turned out pretty good. I posted it, and then I click on the app. I go to my stuff, I see the video, and I can share the YouTube link. So that actually works really well. I don't think anybody else here has used it yet, but I did a few, and I posted that on my YouTube channel last night. If you want to see Wii Fit getting busy with against Ness.
Yeah, well, as a video editor, and it's cool, but I'd rather just do it in my own editor.
Yeah, I'm thinking now that I know the steps, I could just go to the replay. I could convert to video, doing all the angles like I did, like 4 or 5 separate videos, and I could just take the SD card, put it in my computer, and actually just get a more precise and quicker way to do it.
Yeah.
But it's
it's cool if you don't have any other options.
Yeah. So I got my Sony Movie Studio, which I'm pretty efficient at. I don't know every little thing you can do, but I definitely could, using a mouse and stuff, I could definitely put that together a lot quicker.
This is the only way we're gonna get you to edit videos, Juice. It's a damn shame. The only way to get you to edit a video is for doing some Smash Brothers shit.
Well, the only way to get them to stop is to not watch the video after you spend all that time on it.
Welcome to YouTube.
It has sparked something in me, though. I might do more of that with just the replays, just to try to see how far I can take it. But the hard part is, so the anybody that hasn't used the convert to video, hopefully you have, because your replays are gone after this update. Any old replay you didn't convert to video is gone forever.
Yeah.
So you hit the convert to video, you give it a name, and then you hit the plus button, and then it records the basically anything you do with moving the camera around, zooming in and out, pausing, all that's recorded. You get one pass. You still can't rewind replays. You can't frame them back. You can frame forward one frame at a time to try to, so you got to try to line up where you want the camera to be, and you get one try, and otherwise you got to start over. So I was trying to get Ness trying to do his recovery, and he came up just short, but he moves quite a bit, so I was trying to keep it framed close, and I think it took me 3 tries to get it right, or get it even decent. So I mean, it's not perfect. So you gotta kind of know when where the camera needs to be. If you really want to capture something, you got to look at the time left in the fight, and remember where you need to be if you want to do a close up. And then you have to go into the video convert thing, and then start recording and have the camera right where you wanted. So it's definitely not what it could be, but it's it's better than nothing, and it's way beyond what the Wii U had. So I appreciate it, especially for those good matches, those with some good moments. So they're not lost forever. I don't know how many Wii U replays without any warning, they come out with an update. Oh, by the way, your replays don't work anymore.
I was gonna ask, did they even let people know?
No,
really?
They never.
They always let people know. I thought.
Well, they didn't back then. It just happened all of a sudden. It's oh yeah, your replays are no longer, and I don't understand why. It's because they make balance changes. So I just don't understand why a replay. Anybody know the actual reasoning or mentality why they do that?
No idea.
Weird, pretty weird.
Because Nintendo.
It's some spooky stuff.
I don't think it's not anything to do with compatibility with the version of the. And the replay does run. It's like running the game. So if something changed, like the distance of Bayonetta's recovery, for instance, the replay is running like the game again. So the jump.
I think the way it worked in the older Smash games, which is why sometimes replay were all wonky, is that it doesn't actually record the game. It remembers the button input.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's it. Yeah, like I was saying. So if they reduced Bayonetta's recovery like they did, between games. Well, let's say they did it further, then the replay wouldn't work anymore. So that's great.
And the kicker with that is way more technically impressive than just recording the match.
I know. I always thought that too.
It's like you can record the button inputs, but you can't just record the fucking match.
The good thing about that is you can replay it and move the camera. It's not just recording it like you're using a capture card. So you can go in, zoom in, and freeze frame and do it by one frame at a time and get some really cool photos that way. But the downside is when they make an update, that shit's no longer works. So, but anyway, I feel like there was something else, and I cannot think of. Guys,
this week.
Since the last week. Oh, Inside Xbox happened.
Well,
And
why do you say it like that?
And they showed some fucking, I don't even know what you call it.
Oh yeah, what about the Rage 2 footage? I
didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it at all?
I didn't see it.
I was so bored by the time I got to that, I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty late into the presentation. I didn't give a shit.
What is it? Who's the guys making Gears of War?
Gearbox?
No. It's like something with the C starts with the C.
I don't remember.
Coalition.
Oh, there you go.
They have some weird looking, I don't know if it was a real-time strategy. It was some weird looking game I seen, and I was like, all right. I was cooking or whatever, and then Phil Spencer come on, and they're talking about like E3. You guys kind of detailed some stuff. You also had some surprises. You're like, what are you excited? This is what's his name, Major Nelson or whatever, asking him, and he's like, well, we're the only ones doing a live show this year, so I really feel the responsibility to represent all of gaming. And
how dare you?
So I'm thinking, okay, though. Third-party multiplats galore, maybe even some praise for other platforms, like he likes to do, which I don't mind. But it's just weird that he's like, oh yeah, we got to make this all more about gaming in general, not just about Xbox. It's just, to me, it's just part of the problem. If I was like a diehard Xbox fan, to this need, or not need, but the lack of need for them to like promote the Xbox, I don't know. It's just weird. But he basically just said, it's their E3 presentation is going to be all about gaming and not just about Xbox. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
At least he's open about how most of these games won't be exclusive to Xbox platforms, so we won't be surprised.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think he hinted or anything about any kind of hardware or anything like that. But
yeah, but people are fucking liars.
Does look like all hope and mankind and shit.
Oh no, I mean Xbox means absolutely nothing. They could come out with the next fucking console that could last 3 decades and I wouldn't give a shit. Because it still won't have any fucking games on it. Isn't that right, Phil? Yeah, that's right.
Unless you really love driving games and shooters. I mean, they don't even have the market of the big multiplat shooters. I mean, they get them. They just don't have the mass.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with me. I'm not that much of a racist, so I don't really care about those kind of games.
That's funny.
That laugh did me in more than anything
else. What else did they? They talked about Sea of Thieves and getting new content, and they're
still
like, well, I got to make it a full game.
No, you don't. They already got the sale.
So that game's been out a year. That was the thing. It was like the year anniversary. Do you give them props for still trying?
Yeah.
Or is it just sad at this point?
I give them props.
It's Xbox One sad edition.
I mean, to me, I give the developers props for supporting the game. All right?
Don't do that. Don't say that.
Listen, let me put it this way. Would you give Nintendo props for filling out a game like something like ARMS and Splatoon 2? Do you give them props for that?
If the game isn't good enough to begin with, I ain't giving you props for finally making the game what it should have been. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for those guys. I wouldn't do it for Nintendo, and I wouldn't do it for what's the space shooter. exploring game.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Like, I'm not giving them props. Fuck you. That should have been the game when it came out.
Y'all call me mean.
I'll say the Nintendo, the comparison from Nintendo, and they don't do a lot of time on it. Like, it gets time in directs and stuff. Is the Mario Tennis? They keep adding characters. I don't think anybody cares, even people with the game. But that's like a character reveal trailer that's a minute long on their YouTube channel. They don't. It's not like the Treehouse is sitting there, spending 5 minutes talking about it and then playing as a hammocker now.
The difference is that like Xbox overblows the shit out of it because that's all they got to talk about. That's what makes it sad. And you don't have to do that.
And maybe I don't know. Maybe they're seeing with Game Pass and stuff, people play the game. We don't know.
We talking about Red Knight's a little supporter, right?
Well, they said that on I don't know who that was, but somebody has 5 million players or something. I don't know if that was
that's gotta be
Thieves or
no, I doubt it.
That zombie game. What's
State of Decay?
State of Decay. It might have been
Hell
State of
no.
Decay 2.
Have you seen the way that game looks? Fucking abomination.
Okay, it looks like trap, but that doesn't mean 5 million people haven't tried it.
Do you believe that?
Free.
Well, they probably try. I mean, I could go out if I had Game Pass. I could create a character.
That's what I'm saying. You get it for free on Game Pass.
Play 20 minutes and be like, "Yeah, this is trash," but that counts.
They counted you as one of the million.
Man, I hate that shit. I hate that bullshit technicality thing. Well, hey, you listen. 1 million players press start. Did they play anything
but
after the title screen? No.
It sold 1 million physical copies too, which is like.
That's
surprising.
Yeah, but how many people were mad as fuck like 2 hours later?
Yeah, I did. It's just one of those things. We're not even a couple of the the Xbox guys I follow or.
You mean like the 3 of them?
Yeah, the few of them, but no one's talking about Sea of Thieves. And again, to me, Mario Tennis is in the same camp where none of us are talking about Mario
Tennis.
Even
the people who defended it at the beginning.
I mean, to be fair, how many of us actually own that game though?
None of us.
One of us bought it and took that shit back.
We know. You know the sad thing is, I'm not gonna lie. Over the last few months, I've been more tempted to get it. Ironically enough.
Yeah, I just again I was talking about Smash, how fun it is playing with you guys, playing randoms in Mario Tennis, and
frustrating,
especially in the beginning with all these exploits like Chain Chomp. It was just so infuriating and disappointing that I was just like, yeah, this is not. I never want to play this again. You know,
I lose in Mario Kart, or I lose in Smash, or I lose in the Rocket League, especially. I don't get upset. Like I don't get annoyed. It's like, oh, it still was fun, but for some reason that game just frustrated the hell out of me, and I was just like, nope, pass.
Just like I say pass when it came to watch that whole Xbox Inside. I was like, nope, pass. It's just the format is just, and then they end with these fake ass talking about
piece of shit.
I don't forget what they were saying, some dumb phrase or something. I'm just like, oh god.
Larry Herb, what was it? With them damn white gloves like he Mickey Mouse or something.
Did they unbox? Did they do an unboxing for the S? I didn't see the S reveal. The sad, I mean. Did they do an unboxing or anything?
Because you weren't happy about it.
I can't remember if it was an unboxing or not, but I remember because I was kind of skipping through at some point, and I just remember stopping where he had the gloves on or was taking them off. I can't remember exactly what. I'm like, what are you? I don't care. I'm moving on.
But what did the Rage 2? What did they show off? I'm gonna look that up actually.
I missed it because like I said, I got so bored. By the time Rage 2 came up, I didn't even watch it. I'm like, I'm done.
All right, let's see. Exclusive reveal. It's 6 minutes. And, I don't mind them having the show to bring on these guys that made this game, talk about it, show it off. It's just the overall format.
Yeah, the format is what the problem is. It's not, I don't mind. I like that when they bring on developers to talk about the games.
The one thing they don't do is show you like actually playing the game.
But it's all the
scripted stuff.
It's right. Like, here's an analogy, and it's only for probably Star Wars fans. Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, and you watch like the behind the scenes stuff for like the prequel trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
that stuff was raw. Like
Yeah.
you could tell people were getting upset, and there was people. George Lucas was pissing everybody off, especially his producer. I can't think of his name. George would say something, he would make all these faces and shit,
Mm-hmm.
like passive aggressive
Versus
stuff. Versus like the new trilogy stuff. It's
all
so
fucking,
Hollywood
yeah.
cake.
Everyone's
like,
kissing each other's
yeah,
ass.
it's so fake, and it's just like I would rather have the real stuff
Mm-hmm.
than that. Like, and that's what bothers me about Xbox. What is it called? I can't think of the name of it.
Well, this guy does have a controller in his hand now, so this part, 2 minutes in, but then it jumps completely to a different. Like, what am I seeing? He's got a controller in his hand, but you're jumping between completely 3 different
scenes and different parts of the game.
So what is he playing? Anything?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff that messes up the whole thing. It's so scripted and fake. Like
it's the realest video ever, T. You're just a hater. You're just a hater,
everybody
yo.
It's Kathleen Kennedy coming out. Everybody just loved everybody and colored each other's balls. It was great. It was a great experience. It's like you juxtapose that with like Rick something was his producer, and George Lucas saying, "Oh, I just call him. Yeah, I forget to call cut sometimes." He just looked over him like, "Shut the fuck up." call cut it because sometimes I forget to call cut. I just like to sit in my chair and just kind of
and I love myself a little bit.
I love seeing like
it was just so real. I was just laughing.
Daisy Ridley laughing, so happy. Then they cut to Poe Dameron, whoever, I forget his name, Isaac something.
Oscar.
And he's laughing and smiling. It's just like everybody's just like
so
it's like they're
fake.
on fucking happy
like,
gas.
I make movies like I know it doesn't go down like that, especially when you have that kind of money behind it. Like people are losing their minds.
Yeah, I'd rather
you're gonna sit there and tell me. Yeah, it's just so fake to me. I can't buy it.
Yeah, I'd rather see Daisy Ridley be like, because they said her first day, like her acting was really bad, and they had to like say something to her. Just relax, I'm sure she wouldn't want us to see that, but for me, that's what I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to
see.
To
the podcast, everybody.
Anyway, but
just the analogy. I just wanted to get across of how that's the difference between like Xbox. I can't even think of what is it called?
Inside
Xbox
and the PlayStation State of Play too. It's like
the State of Play wasn't fake. It was too commercial. That's the problem with State of Play. You had the robotic ass sales lady, reading off these games. That was the problem with that. So who knows?
I will say,
if what's his name spoke English, we probably feel the same way. Koizumi.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, so the point is invalid.
Right.
I don't know. If he spoke, if I knew Japanese fluently, I'm sure he's even his talk, like his speech is probably his whole persona is this cool, laid back kind of guy.
Even his body language. I mean, that's why I feel like it works because his body language seems authentic, unlike that big dude in the little ass shirt. The big black dude.
Maybe he just misunderstood. T. The fuck.
That dude's just so fake to me, man. Like,
leave him the fuck alone. Dickhead, Jesus.
But yeah, Rage 2 does look pretty awesome. I don't know.
It does look good though. Yeah.
Looks like almost too many possibilities. I mean,
are you too excited?
What, you don't like options?
It's like The Crew 2. The Crew 2 was a pretty cool base idea. But then they tried to do motorcycles, like dirt bikes, and then they had zero physics and zero suspension, and then they tried to do like street motorcycles, and they got airplanes, they got boats, they got cars. It was just like make the car and the boat and the plane like flawless. I don't need this half-ass Excite Bikes, shit that just feels so
That's
bad.
a good game though. Come on, man.
What's the one they just gave away? Was it the first one? They gave it away on for live members.
I think it was
members.
Well, it might have been 2.
Oh, I can't remember. I only played it for like 20 minutes.
So.
He's so fucking mean, yo.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying.
He's like, it wasn't even worth my fucking time.
I was playing the game 20 minutes. I still don't know what the hell was going on.
Get this bullshit out of my face, yo.
20 minutes in, I should understand the story or something.
once I got all 3 vehicle types I could switch between on the fly, it was a pretty cool experience. But like I said, then we go, oh, let's do this dirt bike thing. And it was just like it felt like a little indie game. Someone was trying to do like the monster racing, motocross racing game on the Switch. That if you watch the review of the first one, I think there's a second one that's a little bit better. It just looks like there's no animations. It's just like it's so bad. And that's what happens. And I'm not saying Rage 2 is going to be like that. It just feels like there's so much. Like it's I don't know. Sometimes I like a little more focus, but I'll definitely it's on my radar. Something I could pick up if I hear a bunch of good stuff about it and see some gameplay that convinces me. Because id Software definitely is involved in the mechanics of the shooting and stuff, and they got that down.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Oh, sorry.
The hell was that?
I was scrolling my Facebook feed, and then like they start showing this animated video or an animation of a dental implant. That's just that's like
hell?
torture.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, it just freaked me out. Sorry. Go ahead.
Apparently, there's a YouTube channel for people. A lady that just like pops people's pimples.
Dude, there's a channel for everything.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I'm gonna be real with you. I've had a few nights where I've just fallen in that rabbit hole. Start watching like tooth removal.
I can't read that.
It's just a weird. It's the pimple popping, the thing with the toenails and hangnails. It's just I don't know what the fuck it is.
I like popping my own pimples. I don't want to see somebody else's.
I had an ex that was obsessed with that. I was like, you're weird.
It's more just like fascination with it. Also, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in my life.
These giant like ones where there's a ton of puss.
Yeah, that's puss.
Or puss.
Nothing wrong with a ton of puss there, Robert.
What is that?
I'm dead.
What? What? Someone who needs help? Do you need help?
You do.
What's
You're
wrong?
working your bowels, man. That's
What the fuck was that? Some puss. Shit.
He's from fucking New Jersey. Cut him some slack.
Oh my god.
I ain't cutting nobody, so I'm cutting the puss some slack. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Puss in boots.
I'm gonna be knocking some boots in a minute.
Oh my god.
What's
Dead.
Remember when you try to say peanuts?
Oh, I heard something completely different.
I remember like the movie. I don't say the Peanuts movie.
There was a movie that was a little gag in. What was that? Who knows?
I don't want to know.
It was a comedy. That was a gag that some foreign girl was trying to say peanuts, and it came out as you could guess what it came out as.
Now I can't not hear it. That's what's pissing me off.
Why is this video still playing? I hate the automatic video play shit. Like that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I realized I had a video playing in the back, like I minimized earlier of Mortal Kombat.
It'll kill your phone.
So I guess the last thing, I figured this wouldn't be a big topic for us, but Sony. I kind of feel like they thought Microsoft maybe was going to talk some next gen, so they went ahead and did an interview talking with that Cerny dude, and like they actually talking about the next gen system and gave more information than I expected. And I really just thought I expected Microsoft to go a little bit or actually talk about their console, because I don't know why Sony would have, unless it was just pure coincidence that happened right before the Inside Xbox, and it's like, people just getting all excited. And the main reason I bring this up is because Sony's talked things in the past and then they never happened. So really the only takeaway is like this new solid state proprietary hard drive system that just for PS4 game Spider-Man, they got it. It was 20 times faster. The loading time was under a second to fast travel versus 19 on the PS4. So I was like, that'd be a game changer. But who knows if how expensive that's going to be? Will they actually have enough storage to? And then will the PS5 games actually be able to load that quick, because if it's just a PS4 game, you'd think PS5 is going to have a lot more assets, a lot more texture quality, higher texture qualities. That loading time is going to just keep going up and up. But if it was true, and it turns out, that would actually be a nice perk, I guess, for the next gen. But other than that, it was just like, we're confirmed AMD again. With they're actually their new CPU, which isn't even out yet, which is a lot of people speculated to be the current one. So, nothing exciting, really interesting to me. But the fact is, people are taking this. They mentioned 8K support. They mentioned ray tracing, which is way more like demanding than any other aspect of like a graphic engine. And I see people just like, 8K output. Wonder if it's going to be 30 or 60 and ray tracing. Like, that's awesome. I messaged some guy or replied, I'm like, yeah, the PS3 is supposed to have dual HDMI outs with dual 1080p monitors running at the same time. What happened to that? So I don't know why people take Sony especially to their word.
Because they've never bullshotted their consoles ever.
That's misrepresentation. That's some fake news.
I mean, the 8K could literally just be like upscaled, like the Switch. The Switch has 1080p output. Almost no games actually run at 1080 other than some Wii U ports and stuff. Like I think ARMS maybe does.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that it can.
Sure it does.
You can plug it into an 8K.
An article.
Yeah.
You dick. You dick.
And 4K isn't even taken off. I think most people only have a 4K TV because it's just, you go to buy a new TV, you'd have to really go out of your way to find a 1080p model.
Yeah. And I would like to know what the percentage is for people who have 4K TVs. I bet it's still in the minority, I'm sure.
I think it's between 20 and 30%.
Yeah, I was going to say like 20-30%.
But again, go find me a 65-inch 1080p TV right now.
Don't tell me what the fuck to do, Jews.
It doesn't exist. It just if you're gonna go out and buy a bigger size TV, 4K is the only option. So that's the only reason the percentage is that high. I don't think anybody actually. I don't say anyway, but I don't think most people don't really care because there's no 4K content other than some Netflix and Ultra HD Blu-rays.
Maybe I want to Netflix and chill. You ever thought about that? Huh?
Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to watching the Planet Earth series. What is it? Is it? Yeah, it's Planet Earth. They have a second one out, which I haven't watched. I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm like, man, this is something that I want to watch when I have a 4K TV. I'm not going to buy a 4K TV to watch it, but when I have one, that's one of the first things I'm going to watch. So, but the thought that 8K is going to have any kind of penetration in the I think that's the word, ain't it?
Why did you? I know, but why?
Penetration in the pus.
So just to me, like that.
Oh
no! Where is this podcast going, man?
We going to hell now. Jesus Christ! Why did this happen?
So anyway, the point to even mention 8K is just
it's so stupid.
And
it's just a buzzword. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The problem they're having with 8K is to get that many pixels crammed into. I think the smallest right now is like 75-inch.
Jesus.
And if you go to 65, then they're so crammed together that it might as well just be a 4K. Like there's.
And what do you think the size of a game for an 8K is going to be?
Jesus
8K
Christ.
game is going to be? What do you think that size is going to be? Like we're not anywhere near that.
250 gigs.
Right.
Or more. So it's just nonsense. And just like the dual 1080p outputs when the PS3 couldn't even do I think 720 was almost the native for every game, and PS3 didn't even let you it didn't even upscale it. It was just, this game runs at 720. Oh, your PS4 switching to 720, so now your TV has to switch. And a lot of those older TVs had like a 5 to 10 second blank screen while it's switching inputs. But then when you this is kind of out of the blue, but when I got my PS3, I was like, all right, I got to put this game in, and the main menu screen for the PS3 is 1080p. So then it boots up the game, so it switches, goes to black for 10 seconds, and then when it flashes, I quickly saw like a update screen, and then then it went black again because the update screen was in 1080. And then by the time, it come back, then I see it's at its progress. And then when the update would finish, it would switch back to 720p, and then my screen would go black, and then it would restart for some applications. So I was like 2 minutes of the screen going back and forth, switching to resolutions. I just wanted to freaking smash it with a hammer. My PS3. I think they fixed that later on, but God, that was so frustrating. But anyway. Little side rant from 6 years ago.
So you all right, buddy? You feel better?
Yeah, I forgot. Honestly, I'd forgotten about that for like at least it's been, when did I get that? 2008, 2009. So it's been almost 10 years probably since I thought of that, and just out of the blue. Crazy how the mind works. But anyway, I got nothing. I don't know if you guys.
Well, I would like to. This is a very serious subject here. Apparently, Philip Mewson made another apology video.
Oh yeah, I saw
you
that.
Don't know
earlier.
who that is? Philip Mewson is the guy who shamed himself by stealing Boomstick Gaming's review of Dark Souls. What is it? Cells. What's the Cells game?
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells. Thank you. Dead Cells.
Yeah, Dead Cells.
He was working at IGN. IGN gave him a job because
ignorant.
They liked
that guy, yeah.
They liked one of his
I like
videos.
it took just that long.
They liked one of his YouTube videos, so they gave him a job. I guess that's.
Hey, host.
Welcome to the game industry.
That's funny how that works. But this is the apology video he should have put out a year ago.
Well, now it's really affected him.
He owns up to everything. Not just Dead Cells, but all the other stuff that people found when he challenged them. He said, "Oh, you can go look at my other videos." Yeah, okay. This is the internet, bitch. We gotta find everything you've done, and everybody did. And they found all this stuff he stole from like Nintendo Life and all kinds of stuff. So he owned up to all that. And this is the video he should have done a year ago. And I think it would have been a lot less as far as the blowback. People would still be pissed off.
He did a bad
obviously.
apology the first time.
That apology was pathetic. It was pathetic. It was terrible. But here's the thing: in this apology video, he says that he said he should have did it a long time ago, but he was listening to somebody else, and I'm like, goddamn, you just messed the whole goddamn apology video. You just messed up the whole video. Now you're blaming the fact that you didn't do a real apology a year ago on somebody else. We can't even name.
I'm sure, advisors and don't admit, because there are people that they just deny.
But even if that was true, don't say it.
Yeah.
At this point, right? Nobody wants to hear it. Like I kind of believe that was true.
I believe
but
it.
I don't want to hear it at this point because you've already, screwed up so bad that we don't want to hear you blaming anybody else for even that. You know what I'm saying? Like even for that. I don't want to hear you blame anybody else. So he finally, it's funny because the difference between like his apology video a year ago when he was sighing and fake sighing and huffing and puffing, and this one is completely night and day. This one, I believe.
That's because he probably has no opportunities since then. He's probably still trying to get work and probably still getting harassed.
A lot, not just his work. I mean, I'm pulling this completely from my ass, so I feel like because somebody who does that plagiarizes on that level, I think it's not just a work thing. I think that's a who you are thing. I think that's part of your DNA to some extent, your character, and I think I'm sure the whole IGN thing really messed him up because he moved out there. He had to get a place. This is personal life stuff. I think he was engaged or whatever. And I think that might even affect that relationship, to some degree, some extent. Because I'm sure she went with him. And then, it's like, well, I don't even know who you are. You're going to lie about this kind of stuff. So I feel like there was some therapy and something went down because he almost seems different. than when he was before. Like I'm a really good. I feel like I'm a really good judge of character. I said that from the beginning with this guy. Something's off, and people was just like, "Oh, you just hating." But I was like, "No, something's off about this dude. There's something behind those eyes. I could feel it." And I was right. So pat myself on the back. There we go.
You piece of shit.
I feel like he really went through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people that have gone through some stuff and how they talk and act and react differently. So I feel like this is real.
Somebody said that he could have got sued for telling the truth back then.
I guess that's possible. Yeah, I can think that's possible.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
So
now, I'm not saying, I just didn't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to hear that you were gonna put it on somebody else.
Yeah, no one got time for that.
I didn't watch. I watched like 30 seconds of the first apology, quote unquote apology, and I could tell what it was, and I couldn't stomach it anymore. Maybe I'll give this other one a chance. But I just linked apparently some YouTuber. He's got almost 8,000 subscribers. Kofi, or I don't know how he pronounces it.
Yeah, I know Kofi.
Start Kofi.
He said he's had Mortal Kombat for over a week, and he didn't pirate it or anything. He's just had the physical version. And the title is "The Truth About this Mortal Kombat 11's Secrecy on Nintendo Switch." So I didn't watch it, so I don't know if he's got any insight or anything. But I linked it in the live chat just in case. Thought that might be something interesting to hear if he actually has a good take on it.
Because inquiring minds want to know, except for those people who were like defending it. There's always people. There's people that defend anything, man. Well, Ed Boon said it looked good. Oh, the guy who created the game said it looks and runs good.
Yeah, that's not saying that. That's not saying a lot.
That may be true, but I don't want to hear it from him. Okay, like, give me a break. Are you that much of a shill? Like, come on.
But anyway, I think that's pretty much very much else to talk about. Not much happened in the last week. We got this week, is pretty much the end of the amazing April releases for the Switch.
But May's coming with amazing, unprecedented stuff too.
Yeah,
don't forget.
My wallet's gonna hate me in May.
My wallet is.
Why do you do that, yo?
Mine sent a thank you letter to Nintendo this month and next month.
You're some assholes, yo.
Thanks for releasing all these old ass games and then games that aren't all on the cart, so I don't have to buy any of these.
Look. Here's the thing. I'm not saying there's not an appeal to all these games coming. I have no problem with them coming, but from the people that
it sounds like you do, you hater.
No. I'm not. I don't have a problem with these games at all.
No, I'm playing.
I just don't want to hear this bullshit from these people that I know already have this game or these games and have played them already and acting out like they're all excited. Oh, my wallet. Shut the fuck up. There's nothing wrong with your wallet. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Half the time your subscribers are buying your games or you're getting free
exactly
codes and whatnot anyway. So fuck you.
You don't know about my wallet.
Especially
you
those
don't know about my struggles.
Those retro gaming type guys.
Yeah.
Maybe they're born in the 80s, 85.
I knew it.
It's like, seriously, Resident Evil 4, you can get that anywhere for cheap. Like, oh, I can play it on the go now. Well, really? You
That's
need to
not
play
a game
that?
to play on the go.
You really need to play that game on the go.
Yes. Leave me the fuck alone.
3 Resident Evil games.
I'm trying to get some YouTube views, god damn it.
A last gen Saints Row game.
Y'all was trying to fuck up my money, y'all.
What else is there in May? A kart crash team racing in May or not?
No, that's Sonic.
June.
Sonic's new.
Oh, Sonic. That racing game that
I'm
so
so
mad
mad
Sonic
right now.
is at least a new game.
at least
So
that one's not. It's just not gonna be. It's gonna be a $40 game probably. I'm
so
guessing.
it's
angry at how
$40.
indifferent you are about that.
Dude, that game's gonna be so
Shut up.
basic.
I don't want to hear it. All right. I already knew where this was gonna
It's a
go.
cell phone racing game, man.
I bet you Mario Kart World will be vastly more
World
in depth
Tour?
than that.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
listen, you know the sad
World
thing about
Tour.
that is I don't disagree with you. I just didn't want to hear it from you. That's all I'm saying.
They just posted a new trailer on 2 hours ago. Team
About-
Sonic Racing Team Up.
There's a couple other games I can't think of that's
Oh, is that
Popping up.
the?
Oh yeah, Sniper.
Oh yeah, Sniper
Elite
Elite
yeah, that's
version
coming.
2. It's
2
like
and 3.
Can't wait to play that on the go.
You mean local multiplayer, don't you?
What the hell?
I mean,
come on.
these games aren't bad in their
No.
own right, but when that's what you're hyping up is these games, like, come on.
Like if you haven't bought these, like if you let's say you only own one system and you missed a lot of these games, great. I mean, this is great for you. But I'm
But
just
now-
talking about for the people who are hyping this shit up. I know you have this shit already. I've seen your other videos 5 years ago about this same game.
Well,
so I don't want to hear it.
especially when
from
their
you.
video when it comes out is, yeah, this game was given, this review copy was provided by so and so, and then
Right.
and it's like, oh yeah, you're that excited, your wallet is
Yeah.
that
Oh, your
worried
poor
about?
wallet that won't be open because you're getting that shit free.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm doing.
I don't want to hear it
Why not?
Hey, here's a
I want
video.
to talk to you about it.
because I don't. Like I said, I don't want to.
Please like and subscribe.
I don't want to see that new trilogy bullshit.
Follow me on
behind the scenes. I
Patreon.
want that real episode 1, 2, and 3 trilogy behind the scenes stuff. I don't want that
Mhm.
sugar coated bullshit. I want the real.
So I guess real quick, we could talk. You mentioned trilogy, so that Donkey Kong Country fan,
Oh yeah,
like we see a lot of. We always make fun of these like Ocarina of Time and Unreal Engine type stuff, but
trash.
this looked like something where it's like they retained the feel
Mhm.
of the original Donkey Kong trilogy, but just brought it into like a current gen like visual style or visual techniques or whatever. And it was like, I gotta find that video again.
Yeah. It looks pretty nice.
It's like Nintendo, get on that.
Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff you should be doing.
But I don't
Classic
want to.
trilogy like Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, I don't want this to be. I don't want it to become a thing they do all the time.
They don't have to do it. Hire somebody else to do it.
Just do it sometimes.
Yeah, once in a while.
What the hell? What was that called?
I mean, we already got obviously we got Link's Awakening coming. Link's Awakening?
Mhm.
What
This
in
podcast
the
will mess
world?
my English all up. What the hell? Awakening?
Welcome to the French
Awakening.
podcast with your host
That's a
Richard.
whole
F.
nother game right there.
The one
the
thing
best
about
game.
the one thing about this video though, it does say Nintendo Switch on it, like it's coming to the Switch. It's a clickbait title, but it
Yeah.
just shows what
But it worked though. How many
what it
views
could
it
look
got?
like. You know, and I was like, I don't know if you guys seen it. I'll link it here in the live chat.
I see nothing. I just see
It
everything.
looks like it
lies.
has the same control feel to it. Obviously, you can't tell by watching the video, but they move the same. Everything looks pretty on point.
Yeah, you got to go to the end to see the actual like. Looks like someone playing. The beginning's like panning through levels to show, but the one that they do show with the vine from I think 2. I think that was the second game.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like
Dixie
that could be
Combs.
done on the Switch. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it looks
Yeah, none of this is impossible.
No.
like what a proper remake of the original game would look like. So, I mean, whoever
Yeah.
did this, and I don't know if this is playable or if this is just pre-rendered stuff, but I was like, yeah, that's what I'd want Donkey Kong Country remake to look like.
Yeah, that'd be
Because that
fucking
visual,
awesome.
because that game was a big part of it was the visuals when it first came out, Super Nintendo, but that doesn't, you can't show somebody that today and be like, see, no, I don't see any. It look ashy.
Yeah.
I don't see what the big deal is about
Exactly.
the visuals of the game because it doesn't translate to now. But you do something like this to it, you bring it back,
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. I'd play it.
right?
Even though I hated this fucking level.
Oh, that level had me throwing Super Nintendo controllers all everywhere.
But Pearly21 just brought up something. Apparently there was a farewell photo with Reggie from Retro Studios. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
not
yeah,
seen that
yeah.
photo yet.
Oh,
You haven't
well,
I don't
seen
think
yeah.
I've seen the photo. I haven't seen the photo.
Well, the big
Let's make
thing
this
about
the
that
last thing.
photo,
Let's make
the big
Yeah.
thing about the photo is that there's something in the corner that
Well-
people can't point out.
Why
Well, the
do
thing
y'all
is,
do
it's
We don't
from
need any
Retro
more
Studios to Reggie. It's a farewell picture, so they drew all their characters in it. And there's one character that ain't their character, that, not to anybody our knowledge. you can see a hand. It's like a robotic hand, and you can see like a visor. So it seems like similar to I can't think of that character's name, but look, he has some kind of visor on, or maybe he's in a robot suit or something like a mech suit or something. And it's kind of cartoony. It's not like a realistic mech or anything, but it's not one of their characters that I know of.
Yeah, it's
So
odd.
And here's the thing. The thing is, they put the statue, Reggie's like employee bronze Mario statue. It looked like they purposely covered that character.
Looking at it though, it's my first time looking at it. Oh, they didn't make a Metroid Federation Force, did they?
I was gonna.
No,
they already talked about that. There's a bunch of videos saying that's not any of the little chibi Metroid characters because that's not a game they made. So
that was Next Level made that, right. I think, or not.
Retro Studios
or Intelligent. Yeah, it was Next Level.
And another thing is that the fingers, there's not enough, or one of them has more fingers. I don't know if it's the Prime, the Metroid Prime, what's it called? Federation Force character either has more or less fingers than that character has in the picture. So that's
even right under Samus's arm cannon. It looks like some.
Yeah, that's the visor part that they were talking about. It looks like a visor over a.
They work on any Labo stuff?
Yeah. No, not the. I mean, they wouldn't put that as one of their characters, even if they did.
It's weird because it's a very basic design, so it's not like, oh my god, I'm excited about that.
Right.
Hand,
but I'm excited about that because I like the fact that they're doing something that seems to be in line with like a Donkey Kong game, a cartoony-ish kind of character.
Yeah,
that intrigues me more than if it was like a mech or something behind that statue.
God, that's curious because it doesn't even where the hand's coming out. Like, hate to say this, look between Mario's legs. There, the statue.
There's a lot of innuendos
what was the
today.
Quote? Even the quote was kind of playful. I think Reggie either tweeted them back or something. There was a great surprise from Retro Studios or something like that. And I'm like, that has a double meaning, you little mother. That's a double meaning there in that tweet.
Yeah, this video, he does show the Federation Force arm. And it does look pretty close, though, I got to say. Except for the finger arrangement.
Where is that photo?
It was the...
Here, I'll send you a video I'm watching.
There was a number of fingers that was also off.
But like the wrist area looks pretty.
But this is how sad it is that we sitting here studying.
It's not worth it
because Retro Studios ain't made nothing.
I'm not hearing it. We're not doing this, guys.
We're going better than this. Than making something that we sitting here studying pictures of ribs and when they put the tweet out with the ribs in it or the meat, what kind of meat?
Yeah, because I mean, you look all the other stuff looks so like the Donkey Kong and Samus looks so, and like Diddy Kong, they look so well drawn, and this hand just looks so kind of old. Like, I don't know.
It reminded me of what's that?
Mario's definitely blocking it on purpose. There's no doubt in my mind that Mario was put there to block whatever that is.
It's so off. There's no reason it should be covered.
Yeah, there's no. You want to show off the whole photo, and there's a reason you're not showing off.
Why would you cover that character up?
But it also could be nothing. Like once we see it, we're like, oh, that's what it is, But they could just be fucking with us. But also, it's just to me that Mario statue is there to block that. And that's the only reason.
Yeah, it's so there to block it. If they're just teasing, I don't know why they would do that. Just want to make people go crazy. Because, last week, Retro Studios was closing. So.
You fucking asshole.
Well, that was
they make any
news I was hearing. Yeah.
They make any DS games or anything? Like,
the thing I was going to say, it reminded me of, what was it? Jet Rocket. But that's not their game.
No.
Maybe I'm making a new game for it. It doesn't have to be my character.
I would be excited for that. That belongs to Shinin, and I don't think Shinin, was gonna give out their character to anybody.
Because it looks like there's an ear, and then some kind of greenish colored thing.
Right. What's the Inafune funded? What's that?
Oh, Mighty Number Nine.
Right. It reminded me of Mighty Number 9 a little bit with the color and then the hand.
But the hand's in such
But
a
it's
weird
not.
spot.
It's not that at all. You can. I mean, why would it be anyway? But
where's that hand even attached to? Where's it coming from? It's
but I
almost
feel
like
like it's that kind of character. I feel like it's a anime inspired character that they're some kind of game they're working on. So
come on, show us the full picture, damn it! I'm just curious.
Just wait to E3.
I still don't change my. I'm still saying
There better be
no,
something at E3.
I'm still saying no Retro Studios game at E3.
You
Still
think
saying it.
Nintendo was paying these dudes to have their lights on in Texas?
Yeah,
And
like
they ain't doing nothing. You out of your damn mind. You don't know Nintendo then, if you think that's the case.
Well, they've canceled a lot of their projects over the years.
Well, because they're focusing on one. They did that before. They canceled Car Combat. They canceled Raven Blade, and they made sure Metroid Prime was amazing.
Well, what's maybe the fact that there's a Mario statue in front of this is part of the hint. Maybe it's Mario behind there. Maybe they.
Man, I don't want no Mario.
Maybe you should just shut the fuck up and wait, guys. Maybe you should do that, huh?
Be patient. You've only been waiting 10 years for a Retro Studios game, so
yeah, we better. I'm telling. If it's not an E3, I think they shut down. They did shut down.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad if they don't show something at E3 about this.
Well, they're working on Metroid Prime 4. We know that.
And it ain't a game that has to come out this year or anything. It can come out next year. I'm fine with that because
you just want to
this
see
year's
it.
packed.
Maybe it'll be like a pack-in mini game with Metroid Prime 4.
Man, how you gonna put a mini game pack in on one of your drawings?
Maybe it's like maybe it's like
I'd be pissed.
It's called being disrespectful as fuck.
The boost ball, whatever that was.
Blast ball.
Blast ball for
but
Metroid
Blast
Prime
Ball
4.
used the Federation Force guys.
Yeah,
so
maybe that's their version.
oh god.
He's like,
why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that?
Whatever it is, it worked. Their little thing got people talking, and
that's because y'all
looking for an action platformer or something from Retro Studios. That's
you guys are easily manipulated. You gotta learn how to calm down. That's all I'm saying.
Because it has Donkey and was it Diddy or Dixie? I closed it.
Dixie.
You don't even fucking know.
And Samus and Reggie. I mean, who else would belong in that? Unless it's just something specific that with Reggie they knew he liked a character or something, but.
Maybe it's just the hand. That's it.
It was one of their canceled characters.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Maybe they just did it just
totally
because of
could
this.
be.
Just to fuck with people.
But why would they give him?
Why would they give him that?
Why would they draw it and add that just?
But it could be like it could be a canceled game or a canceled character that Reggie would know about. You know,
and maybe he loved that character,
right?
And he's
totally
depressed.
Could be that.
He's very depressed that they
maybe you guys are just easily
was it
manipulated.
Reggie
You ever
who
thought
posted
about that?
it? Was it Reggie who posted it?
Yeah, Reggie.
Yeah.
So he put the Mario in the way.
Right.
Okay.
And he made the little reply, or it was a wonderful surprise from Retro.
And he said, "By the way, what's behind there is a secret character that I can't show you."
No, he didn't.
Imagine.
Welcome to Twitter.
Welcome to my speculation video.
Bye, y'all. I'm out.
And he just closes his Twitter. That was it. That was the whole thing.
Remember when
we're working on Mother 3?
Hey, don't even joke about that.
Remember
the
remember the Smash tees, the silhouette people were filling in.
Yeah.
I thought somebody actually did some
Yeah.
video processing or whatever to bring out, but no, they just actually added a bunch of stuff to make it what they wanted. It would turn out to be pretty accurate because every character's in the game. So
Yeah.
But I wonder if anybody's going to fill this in and try to come up with who fits in there.
No, I mean, it's got to be a character we'd never seen before. We know nothing about.
It looks like right above Diddy's head too is a piece of the character.
Or an abomination of God.
Anyway, maybe we'll find out more. Maybe we'll have to wait till E3. But yeah, what's E3? 2 months? Less than 2 months.
Less, yeah.
And also, one thing about the photos that DK's hand is massive, yo. He could.
I think you underestimate how monkeys work, yo.
Yeah, Jesus,
closer to the camera. Oh, the one on his shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks weird.
Some bad drawing.
Hey, he works out with one hand more than the other.
Well, Robert has
mind your fucking business is what I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that is a massive hand.
You know that is it his right hand? If it is,
Yeah.
you know what's up.
Is that the
Maybe
one
he's
he
a
winds
lefty.
up? Yeah, I didn't even look in the upper right corner. It does have some Metroids and Dixie in the upper right corner.
Oh.
I was so focused on that hand and shit that I didn't see the rest of the. That's crazy.
Can't even appreciate the rest of the drawing.
Yeah, no, because you're focused on some fingers.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure Reggie's gonna enjoy his retirement.
Or maybe not. He'll come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Somebody,
fucked
Microsoft
up.
will hire him.
Oh no.
Not again.
That can only be good for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, for more games for Nintendo.
Ouch.
Yeah.
There goes
Ouch.
Banjo confirmed for Switch. But
I'm so
anyway,
done
let's
with you.
let's do
Don't
these
lie to
final
me
thoughts.
again.
Let's get the hell out of here. So Robert, he's here. He can start us off.
So
My name is Robert. I like
a-
bus.
Oh man.
That's a huge hand. And you know who else has a huge hand? Me. I've got a huge hand.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, I got two huge hands.
Whoa, watch yourself. It's
And
only Monday.
these two huge hands are gonna be watching Avengers, yo, this weekend.
That's a weird statement.
Your hands are gonna be watching.
Black
I can't
Scarlet,
He's gonna be crying.
Scarlett Johansson.
He's gonna be wiping his tears with those hands.
Yeah,
Oh
yo.
no, such and such died. Oh, they're
I-
never coming back.
Except for in one of the newest trailers, they show one of the characters that turned to dust. I don't spoil. I don't want if anybody who doesn't want a spoiler from the
Half the people
trailer.
that turn to dust already got movies
Yeah.
with no coming, so it doesn't make no difference.
Spider-Man.
Regardless,
Spider-Man.
I'm pretty hyped. Very hyped, in fact, super hyped.
How high can you be?
And I don't know, man. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna pick up Mortal Kombat 11, and hopefully kill some people in that game. You know what I'm saying? And
You'll be playing. You won't be playing with any of us, I don't think.
No, I don't read
I think I'll be able to convince you guys to buy by next September.
Okay, I don't think you think. Don't call me weak-minded. How fucking dare you?
If I see it for like $30, $40, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, eventually it'll come down, right?
I'll just get on Game Pass on my Xbox. Anyway.
On the best box.
Yeah, yo, have a great night, and if for everyone else that has huge hands,
Oh shit.
you know, enjoy
High
the
five.
rest of your night.
High five.
High
Oh,
five, and
Okay, that's weird. Don't do that.
and like I said, enjoy your night.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
All right. Retro Death. Why don't you follow that up?
Man, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Like, I just want to say that I want all you guys to start making more levels in Smash Bros. Because man, that shit was so much fun. Even the fucking Kirby level, that was just hilarious, man.
I don't call that fun.
I just
but
want, yeah, man. I thought that was fun.
It was an
I
experience.
I want to see more levels from you guys and just more nights like that because that was pretty cool.
I'll be
Yeah,
making some. I'll be making some, yo.
We need to play Smash
Good.
more frequently.
We have lives, all right? Just
Yeah.
relax.
I don't know.
Relax.
Do you? I don't.
Wow, I'm a little bummed out now, honestly. T does.
Yeah, T does. He's
Yeah,
got-
T.
Robert does.
No, I don't believe
Yeah.
that.
Retro does.
I would does what?
Have a life.
Have Halo?
I'm living it now.
I'm sorry. I can't hear things. It was on my end. It's just that I can't hear anything. What did you say?
You have a life.
Oh, I have a life.
What?
You got shit to do. You can't play
Yeah,
games all the time.
yeah.
That dude has
true.
so much of a life. He's only half here, man.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Huh?
All right.
You lost me.
Retro that.
Oh, I get you now. Never mind. Shut my face.
All right. Terrell. Terrell, take us away.
Way to where? Neverland or something? I mean,
Never realm.
look at this man thinking he's a fucking comedian. I'm gonna read your book that's never gonna come out. Anyways, good podcast, good people, good conversation. Stomach eating a bag of dicks with the censorship bullshit. Mortal Kombat eating a bag of dicks with their fucking hypocrisy.
I mean,
Xbox eating a bag of dicks for putting out a shitty ass digital console. And Nintendo eating a bag of dicks for putting out a half-ass builder with a half-ass online. Fix the line, Nintendo. And Robert, I don't have big hands, so what am I supposed to do?
You're gonna eat a bag of puss.
Run for president.
You can't pop the pimples and get that
I
puss
thought you were gonna
with
say
those
something
small
else.
hands.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
No. Yeah. If you didn't say that, I'd have been gone. I'm out. I thought you were gonna go Uncle Luke on us for a minute.
Yeah, but still.
Dude, the bigger the hand, the bigger the puss.
Oh, Jesus.
And then that's why Robert's my inspiration. That's why I'm
we
still
had
saying.
one female viewer, now she gone, man.
Yeah, we haven't had one of our viewers since Terrell brought up the Mortal Kombat 11 shit back a couple weeks ago.
What?
We're done now.
Oh, you
Mine.
talking about Senseless?
She's not been back since that.
I mean, look.
Since you guys were going all.
You ran her off.
Oh,
ridiculous.
I like how just like you guys.
If you listen back, I almost said nothing the whole time.
See, that's because you're part of the fucking problem. You just innocent bystander. You co-signed though for letting us talk that long.
You
So
wait
it's
till
your
we get
fault.
off air and talk all kind of shit, y'all.
I know.
Think...
Then you wouldn't be able to warn people.
If it was a franchise known for that, I would have had more to say.
No, you wouldn't.
Mortal Kombat's never really done that anyway.
That's
so.
not the argument he's willing to have. But with all
anyway.
that being said, yeah, lots of game, play to win, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
All right, T, go ahead.
Good podcast, good conversation. Ladies, come on back. We like y'all. We like y'all. Diversity on our channel.
That's what we call diversity. Yeah.
We need diversity. There's too many peanuts.
Too many
in here.
cocks, yo.
Yep.
Too many peanuts.
Wow, we were trying not to be crass about it, weren't we?
I'm trying to be smooth with it, and this
I was
young
just
man
trying to
here,
say
he has no tact. These young kids today, I tell you, they just
They don't even know how to spell the word.
whatever comes to their mind, they just blurt it out.
Unless you say it to them, and then the little snowflakes.
Oh
melt.
my God! Why'd you say that? I'm offended.
They
I gotta
melt
go to
like-
my safe space. Oh.
Yep. I need to go to my therapist. I got anxiety. You're still in high school.
That's fucked.
You got no
up,
job.
yo.
You got no responsibilities.
Oh, you ain't got no job either.
Y'all bitches is soft.
You
need to
live
grow
with your
some-
parents.
Too many of y'all got dick skin. Okay, you need some thick skin.
Jesus Christ, yo. Oh my goodness.
That's what my pop used to say. Too many dudes running around with dick skin. They need some thick skin. My pop got them quips. He had them quips. Yeah, good podcast. Mortal Kombat. You had me, and hello.
And then you say goodbye
I say goodbye. Yeah.
to them titties.
You say goodbye, and I'll say hello. All right, I gotta stop doing that singing stuff.
I know.
We did that. I did that way too much during our Smash.
Go to
night.
Terrell's channel and watch that Joker, the thumbnail with Joker on it, live stream 3+ hours. It's good stuff. But yeah, I forgot to mention when we were bashing Microsoft, I've now had 2 of the newer Xbox controllers where the A button double taps. You press it once and it registers as a double hit. So you're playing Rocket League, you're trying to jump, and it counts as 2 jumps. So you're flipping and you look like an idiot with all these high skilled level players, and you're just doing backflips. And so after returning one, and then I bought a new one for my PC. Now I got two of these new ones with the fucking A button. I'm gonna try returning it. I don't even want another one. I'm gonna go back to my old original Xbox One controller. So fucking trash. And not looking forward to Endgame like Robert, but I am looking forward to Detective Pikachu.
Well, but that's still 3 weeks from now.
Way more than Endgame, and I'd say John Wick Chapter 3 more than Endgame.
Yeah. Well, you know that
Amazing.
John Wick and Detective Pikachu come out the same day or whatever.
Do they?
No, you know,
Yeah.
Cool.
Go back to
What?
back. But
and that
Double
has-
feature.
yep. Smash Brothers is
that
fun.
has-
If I had a capture card, I would probably push for a few more streams of that with us playing. But
Oh, you don't have a capture card. That's right.
Yeah, because you don't want to get a shit together.
someday.
No,
But,
you won't.
anyway,
You won't trust that shit.
hopefully next week we'll have just a little bit more to talk about. And we'll get Robert's impressions on Mortal Kombat 11. And
then
hopefully
we won't pay him any attention.
Hopefully Nintendo Direct's dropping, because remember, April, we're getting a Direct.
Oh, yeah,
Shut
yeah,
up,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Hopefully- yeah, right.
Sometimes we don't want to have those conversations, all right?
Well, there's no reason to end of April when E3's 7 weeks away. That makes no sense. Anyone who thought we were getting one in April, this just makes no sense. But anyway, thanks for everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week. So everybody have a good night. Sleep tight. And like Robert always says, don't die.